Hi there, this is Penelope. This is a very short video on definite integration when one of the limits is infinite. It's a question that crops up in your My Math Lab questions on definite integrations. So all we've got there is the upper limit is infinity. And we can think about this in a couple of ways. If we think of E is a number. E is a number. It's a constant. And you may know it as 2.71 ... doesn't matter how many dots. So if we think of e to the power of infinity, we're also looking really at 2.71 to the power of infinity. Now that is a very large number. So that itself tends towards infinity. If then we're looking at e to the negative infinity, then that is the same as 1 over e to the infinity. And having said that e to the infinity is infinity itself because it's massive, then we've got that. Now, 1 over a huge number, as that number gets bigger and bigger and bigger, is really going to tend towards 0. So then if we do the integration, the integral between 0 and 3 of e to the negative x dx is equal to e to the negative x over negative 1 plus c, which is then e to the negative infinity, but it's negative, plus c minus negative e to the 3 plus c, which is negative e to the negative infinity plus c plus e to the 3 plus, minus c. Except that I need, of course, to put a negative in there and a negative in there. Having ascertained that e to the negative infinity is 0, then that is 0 plus c plus 1 over e to the power of 3 minus c. The c's cancel and we are left with 1 over e to the power of 3, which you can look up on your calculators and get a number for. Another way of looking at it is to perhaps replace infinity with a number, and then we let that number go towards infinity. So we've got the same thing. And this time we say, well, let's say replace infinity with a number, say a, and then look at that as a tends towards infinity. So that becomes then a 3 e to the negative x dx. And what we're really going to do is we're going to look at that as a tends towards infinity. So before we do it, we're going to say, well, okay, we know what to do. That's e to the negative x over negative 1 between a and 3. We know what to do. That's going to be negative e to the negative a plus c minus negative e to the negative 3 plus c which equals negative e to the negative a plus c minus minus. So that's plus e to the negative 3 minus c. The c's go. Now, if we now say, well, as a tends towards infinity, then the same thing. We've got 1 over negative e to infinity. We've got it the same thing. We've got a 1 over an infinitely huge number, which becomes 0, and we end up with the same answer. Like that. So either way, 1 over a very large number becomes 0.